When everything around you suddenly shifts and life turns upside down, it can feel like chaos has taken over. You question everything, your purpose, your strength, and even God's presence. But in the quiet moments when the storm is at its loudest, that's often when God moves the most powerfully. It's in these very moments of confusion, betrayal, and spiritual warfare that God steps in, not just to comfort you, but to defend you. And not mildly, not quietly, fiercely. He sends someone, sometimes unexpectedly, to stand in the gap for you, to speak when your voice is tired, to fight when your strength is gone, to love you boldly when others have walked away. You might not even recognize at first that this person is an answer to prayer. They might come as a friend, a mentor, a spiritual warrior, or even a stranger, but they arrive with a clear assignment from God to cover you, to protect you, to war for you in the spirit, and to remind you who you are when the enemy tries to bore up, convince you that you are forgotten. There are seasons in life when God doesn't remove the storm right away, but instead he sends someone into it with you, not to rescue you from the outside, but to fight alongside you from the inside. This is not a casual presence, it's a divine appointment. The person he sends is often someone who knows spiritual warfare, someone who is sensitive to the Holy Spirit, and someone who has been through battles themselves and came out victorious. Hey, carry the strength and authority to push back against every lie, every attack, and every spiritual assault that has been aimed at you. They aren't intimidated by your pain or overwhelmed by your struggle. They are there because God saw that you were growing weary, and he refused to let you fall. You didn't imagine it. The sudden peace in the middle of the fight, that wasn't coincidence. The unexpected word of encouragement, the message that hit your spirit like fire, the person who prayed for you, without knowing your situation, that was divine. It was a reminder that heaven is not silent about your situation. God doesn't just watch you from afar, he intervenes. And sometimes his intervention comes wrapped in human form, a person who carries his heart and his strength straight to you. This kind of defense isn't passive. It's fierce, it's urgent, it's protective, it's powerful. Because God doesn't just want to bring you out of this storm, he wants to bring you out covered, defended, and stronger than before. When everything flipped overnight, it wasn't just the circumstances that changed, it was the shift in the spirit realm. What was allowed to come against you for a time has now met divine resistance. The attack has met its limit. The season of being unprotected is over. And the one God sent, they're not leaving until the victory is secured. You may have felt like you were on your own for too long, but that was never the full truth. God was working behind the scenes, arranging help, sending reinforcements, and preparing someone who would not just walk with you, but war for you. This is a turning point. You're not just being comforted, you're being covered. And when God covers you, no weapon formed against you can prosper. Even if it looked like the enemy had the upper hand yesterday, today everything is different. Because today, you're not alone in the fight. God sent someone to defend you fiercely, with his authority backing every word, every prayer, and every act of love. Sometimes life changes in an instant. One day everything feels stable, and the next, the ground seems to shift beneath your feet. You're left trying to make sense of pain, confusion, and unexpected battles. But here's the truth that doesn't always shout, yet it's deeply powerful. Even when you don't see it, God is working behind the scenes. When it looks like you're surrounded, abandoned, or forgotten, God is orchestrating a divine reversal in the blink of an eye. Everything can flip, not by luck, not by coincidence, but by divine intervention. God sees what others overlook. He hears the conversations you were never invited to. He knows the intentions behind people's actions. And when the injustice becomes too loud, when the weight becomes too heavy, he steps in. Not only does he bring change, but he often sends someone into your life to act as a physical representation of his defense, his love, and his justice. You're not always meant to fight alone. God appoints someone to stand in the gap for you. Someone with spiritual insight, someone with strength, and someone who carries a fierce loyalty that reflects his own heart for you. This kind of person doesn't arrive by chance. They come with a purpose that's bigger than friendship or support. They are sent to defend you in ways you didn't even know you needed. They pray when you can't find the words. They speak life when all you've heard is criticism. They see your